apart, and we are going to open a public hearing on House Bill 2143, Oregon Outdoor Recreation Day, and invite Representative Johnson, who's been very patient, thank you, to come forward and introduce the bill. And Mr. Crawford, could you describe the bill first?
Madam Chair, members of the committee, House Bill 2143 designates the second Saturday of June as Oregon Outdoor Recreation Day, declares an emergency, and is effective on passage. We do have a -1 committee amendment in front of the committee that designates the first Saturday of June as Oregon Outdoor Recreation Day. This bill, the -1 amendment, has neither a fiscal nor a revenue impact.
All right, so Representative Johnson, please go ahead and introduce the bill, and then we have a number of people signed up to testify. We look forward to hearing from all of you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, Chair Leininger, and Vice Chairs. Appreciate being here. Committee members, great to see you. And we will continue on the vein of talking about tourism and the role it can, tourism and recreational opportunities throughout the state, and how what we can do here is within the legislature to try to build on the efforts of what others have had before us. So I was privileged and really just had a special opportunity as a kid to grow up in the shadow of Mount Hood. And Rep. Helm knows what I'm referring to when I say I grew up in the upper valley of Hood River, little town of Parkdale. And outdoor recreation was always a key part of my life, and for those that I grew up with and the families that we grew up with. Hunting, fishing, hiking, skiing, boating, water skiing on the Columbia on those sometimes rare and occasional calm days in the summer. Were typical recreational pursuits for me and my family and those that we grew up with. I've had a chance to watch the mix of recreational activities in my area change dramatically over the years. Now, in addition to the previous activities I mentioned, we boast world-class mountain biking, road biking, windsurfers and kiteboarders fill the Columbia on those days that the rest of us used to curse because it was too windy to do anything productive. And on calm days, stand-up paddleboarders now jam the river from shore to shore, sharing the river with water skiers and so forth. All that to say that outdoor recreation has changed the gorge and the Mount Hood region in a very dramatic way. There are no more shoulder seasons for businesses in Hood River. Recreation enthusiasts now fill our shops and restaurants year-round. And they join those that come to enjoy our first-class pubs and wineries, and we've created a sustainable business environment that is raising standards of living throughout our region. But we aren't alone. I'm sure that the Bend and Central Oregon folks would say the same thing about what outdoor recreation has done for their area and for their economies. And I know my colleague down here from the coast would probably second that he's had a chance to see how outdoor recreation now is not just fun things to do, but they're actually economic drivers for the regions, and especially for the state of Oregon. I'll mention, go back to the example from Central Oregon. Some of you are familiar with the OSU Cascades campus that is growing and expanding in Bend, and they are now going to be able to offer a degree pathway in outdoor recreation product design. So it shows you that outdoor recreation is not just having fun, it's about business, and it's about shining a light on this wonderful state. I've also had the opportunity to serve on a Travel Oregon task force over the interim called Outdoor Recreation Means Business. And it does in every sense of the word, because outdoor recreation now is a $12 billion a year business for the state of Oregon. What we can do, and what we're focusing on in this task force, is what we can do to maintain our progress and how we can help other parts of the state share in the economic potential that some of our regions now are so blessed to have. Because I feel it, and I've said this on multiple occasions, I think we've gotten this far as a state regarding outdoor recreation primarily based on good looks. We're a great state, we've got a lot of opportunities, and people have found us. And we've had some great marketing through Travel Oregon as well, certainly. But in order for us to continue to build on where we are and to maintain what we've accomplished, I really think it's going to take a much more intentional effort going forward. Because there are infrastructure needs that we need to think about. There are parts of our state right now that have incredible potential, but they just don't have tourist-related infrastructure to support people that want to come and recreate. And I'll point to the South Coast as one of those areas where if we had some additional tourist-related infrastructure, they too could become the next gorge or the next Mount Hood region in terms of a destination for people to visit. And We also have issues coming up regarding liability that we need to be able to take care of as well. It's going to take an intentional effort there to make sure we continue to have access to public lands and that our private sector owners have the ability to run their businesses and to maintain their way of life. So the first step in this process is going to be what you'll find in the bill before you today, and it simply does this. It declares the first Saturday of June as Outdoor Rec Day in Oregon. It's a time for all Oregonians to come together to share our value for fresh air, for recreation, for experiencing our vast, abundant natural resources, and to do this collectively. And as we do so, I think it's going to open up opportunities for us to have conversations about what we need to do to continue to be able to make our state a world-class destination, how we can share what we've learned with the younger generations, the benefits of being able to engage in outdoor recreation, the health benefits, so there's going to be a huge educational component. But I think it's just going to be a really great opportunity to shine the light on and take an intentional first step towards making outdoor recreation a key component, not just of Oregon's way of life, but making sure that it remains a key component of Oregon's economy going forward. And that obviously is something that you as a committee are focused on. So